Photographer Dorothy Lange is best known for her iconic images captured during the Great Depression. She was a socially conscious documentarian and focused a lot of her work on Dust Bowl migrant workers. Lange was born on May 26, 1895, and learned photography while attending Columbia University. Lange was a pioneer and worked for the FSA, or the Farm Security Administration, which documented the Great Depression of the 1930s photographically. Lange died on October 11, 1965, but her legacy has lived on through her powerful black and white photographs. Her photography has been displayed in multiple galleries and museums, including the Museum of Modern Art. All of her images represent ethically evaluative photographs. Lange's most iconic and memorable portrait of an American family setting during the 1930s is The Migrant Mother. Migrant Mother was taken in February of 1936 in Nipomo, California. It is a powerful photograph of Florence Owens Thompson, a 32-year-old mother of 7 children living in a migrant camp tent. The family had been living off of frozen vegetables from the neighboring fields. Lange's use of symmetry with the 2 children leaning focuses our attention on the strong but hopeless mother in the center. The use of frontal and soft lighting gives a slightly gray, ominous feel to the photograph. This photograph, titled A Place to Call Home, was taken in the Yakima Valley of Washington State in August of 1939. This gloomy photograph of the youngest girl in a family that has lost their mother exemplifies the desolate living conditions during the Great Depression. Lange's use of rule of thirds draws the viewer's attention to the sad little girl all alone and barefoot. It also breaks up the photograph into 3 horizontal sections, allowing us to recognize the mess underneath the mobile home, representing poverty-stricken times. The use of soft lighting, as seen in the photograph before, brings about a worrisome and hopeless feel to the photograph. This photograph, titled Imperial Valley, was taken in California in March 1937. This is a portrait of a Mexican field migrant laborer thinning and weeding cantaloupe plants. In order to protect the cantaloupe from the cold and in order to accelerate growth, the plants have to be capped with wax paper. The migrant workers were paid 30 cents an hour. Lange's use of side lighting gives a shadow to the migrant worker and gives a somber feel to the photograph. The use of repetition of the cantaloupes under the wax paper and the use of a vanishing point gave the feeling of extremely tedious and never-ending labor. This photograph, taken in March 1937 in California, is titled Try the Train. It is a medium format nitrate negative. This portrait displays the extreme juxtaposition between migrant workers and a billboard advertising the American dream. This photograph symbolizes that the American dream was not achieved by so many during the Great Depression, and their life was far from what they had expected it to be. The use of side lighting gives the migrant workers long dark shadows. Lange also utilizes a single vanishing point and negative space. Both of these photographic techniques give the photograph a feeling of a very long and hard road ahead of these migrant workers, both figuratively and metaphorically. All of Dorothy Lange's photographs that have been shown in this presentation are powerful images that represent daily life and hardships during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Her photographs are ethically evaluative in that they show the true nature of poverty that the government did not want the rest of the world to see. Her influential photographs have remained significant to this day and teach us of what the United States was like during the time of the Great Depression. Her photographs can also show that a lot of America is still struck by poverty, and there's a lot this country has to achieve in order to fulfill the American dream for all of its citizens.